Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tea with Taylor. In this episode, I'm going to talk about 5 habits that changed my life that I would recommend considering implementing in yours as well. First and foremost, get a routine down. When it comes to waking up and going to sleep, I personally wake up at 5 in the morning and I go and work out before work because it makes me feel better and it makes me feel mentally there and awake. And I try and be sleeping by 10 o'clock. And of course, every day is different. Sometimes that won't be possible, but for the majority of your time, get a routine down when it comes to going to sleep and waking up. Second, work out on a regular basis. I personally work out. I do something active. I try to every day. Going to the gym a certain amount of days. Now that I live in Florida, I love walking the beach on the weekends and watching the sunrise. But make sure working out is part of your weekly routine. But don't make it, if you're not used to working out all the time, don't set the standard and set a goal for yourself that's too high, because then if you don't reach it, you're just going to give up. So make sure that when you're making these goals for yourself that they're attainable, and then it's like compound interest. Then you just keep leveling up and leveling up. So I would say bare minimum 3 times a week. I personally do something active pretty much every day, but it's something that I enjoy. And with that comes your responsibility to make sure that you're eating healthy. Now, that doesn't mean all the time, but be conscious of what you're putting into your body. Your body, your mind, what you eat, it's all correlated. So be conscious of that, work out regularly, and make sure you're eating fairly healthy. 4, be conscious of what it is that you're listening to and you're watching. Cut out the crap music, cut out the useless shows and the movies. Make sure you're listening to people, books, shows, movies that are going to put your mind in the right headspace that you're going to learn from. Like the people that I've listened to the most the last 5 years of my life: Jordan Peterson, Patrick Bet-David. I listen to a lot of Joyce Meyer. I listen to a lot of audiobooks that are educational, that are good for my mind, because you are what you listen to. So cut out the crap music, cut out the useless shows, and make sure you're protecting your energy and your mind, because you are what you listen to and what you watch. It does have an impact on your mind, and it cultivates how you think. So be conscious of that. 4, do not use your phone while you're laying in bed. I know it's difficult. We're all addicted to that thing, and we've kind of adapted into first thing, what do? Go on our phone. What I do is I have an actual alarm clock. I do not use my alarm on my phone, because then that's the first thing that is in your hand when you wake up, and then you just start scrolling. So I have an alarm clock that I use. I do not use my phone, and I do not have a TV in my bedroom. I don't even have a TV right now at all, as you can see. I don't really watch TV. The only reason I'm putting a TV there is because when I have guests over. But I would recommend not even having a TV in your room. Don't use electronics when you're laying in bed. But I know some people like to watch movies. I don't like the blue screen when I'm trying to go to bed. And definitely do not use your phone while you're laying in bed. You don't want the first thing to do when you wake up to be on social media, and you don't want to look on social media before you go to bed. For one, because it makes your mind go crazy. It's going to be harder for you to fall asleep because you're scrolling through a bunch of different topics. It's, your mind is thinking, and also the blue light is not good for a resting mind. I like to read before I go to bed if I need to calm down, because it relaxes my mind. So that's another habit that I would definitely consider implementing. No phone while you're in bed. And if you can avoid it, I wouldn't even have a TV in your room. You don't need it. And last but not least, certainly not least, make reading a consistent habit. Not only does it improve your ability to think, because you're learning from other people, it relaxes your mind, and knowledge is power. And I work for Patrick Bet-David now, who is a brilliant man and just a wonderful leader. And one of the things that made him who he is today is he started to read. He's read over 1,500 business books, and that's why he's such a successful businessman. And the way he fathers his children is books is like their their ability to do other things. It's not, we, even as working at his company, have to read a book every month, and we have to, that he assigns, it's our book of the month, and we have to have our key takeaways. And just, readers are leaders. So definitely implement reading into your habits. Now, I'm not telling you what to read. Personally, I love reading history. I love reading about people, certain times of history, and about the founding fathers. I love reading about real things, but also selling. And one of the things that Patrick talks about when it comes to reading is that if you're looking to read, or if you're looking to learn about a specific topic, to read for 3 months, to read and watch, to absorb as much information you can on that specific topic for 3 months. And that's how he goes about learning certain things. So to recap, the habits that I've implemented in my life that I would consider you do the same, it's definitely changed my life, is 1, get a routine when it comes to waking up and going to bed. Personally, I like to wake up early and go to bed fairly early. 2, work out regularly and be conscious of your diet. Eat pretty healthy for the most part, as healthy as you can, because it does matter. 3, be conscious of what it is that you're listening to and that you're watching. 4, do not use your phone while you're in bed. Get an alarm clock, and I would even recommend not having a TV in your room. And 5, read books. And I promise you, if you implement these into your life will change for the better. And I hope this is something that, my homework to you is to come up with 5 habits that you want to implement or continue, and do that and hold yourself accountable. And it's important to have other people around you hold yourself accountable. I'm pretty disciplined, and so I that's my homework to all of you. And so if you found any value from this video, of course, thank you for joining me. I always appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my content. If it brought you any value, consider sharing, and subscribing. I really appreciate it. It's important that we support people, products, services, companies that reflect our values, because that's how we change the culture. And we are in a culture war. It is something that I think we're going to win ultimately, but it's important that we support those who reflect our values. So again, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it, and God bless, and I'll see you soon.